Moving on, we're going to be solving equations today. Use our knowledge of expressions to help us solve equations. And the goal of solving an equation, let's make this look nice and important. Our goal is to get the variable by itself. And when it's by itself, that's when you can see what it equals. And that's the solution. So that is our goal when we're solving an equation, to find out what the variable equals. So let's write that. Get the variable by itself. I have a little way for you to help yourself remember what you need to do to get rid of the variable, or I'm sorry, to get the number, to get rid of the number by the variable. You do the opposite of what you see. So to get rid of the number by the variable, do the opposite of what you see. And it's actually supposed to be, you're supposed to sing it to the melody of How Much Is That Doggy in the Window, but I'm too embarrassed to sing it on camera. So when you come in next class, just ask me to sing the song and maybe we could sing it as a class. But to get rid of the number by the variable, do the opposite of what you see. So we're going to apply it to some of our problems right now, and you'll see what I mean. So here's an example, and in our notes and in our homework or test questions, it's going to say solve, and that means you're going to solve it. You're going to find out what x equals or y equals. And I always want you to show your steps. If you do not show your steps on the test, you will lose points, okay? Make sure you show your steps. We're going to be starting off with some really easy equations to solve, but you will get to some more complicated ones. And if you don't know how to solve, if you don't know how to show your steps, you're going to get all confused. So you got to keep organized and you got to show your work. So to get rid of the number by the variable, here's what I mean by the number by the variable. I want to get rid of this number right by the variable, the number that's actually doing some math with x. Not this 5, it's on the other side of the equation. I don't care about the 5. I want to get rid of the number that is either adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing with my x or my y or whatever variable is there. I need to do the opposite of what I see. So this 3 is subtracting. It's a negative 3. What's the opposite of negative 3? Is adding 3 or positive 3. So to get rid of this number, if I add 3 to it, what's negative 3 and 3 equal? 0. So these actually cancel out that negative 3. So all I have left over here is x. Isn't that perfect? That's all I wanted. I want to know what x equals. But this equal sign in the problem means that right now if I add 3 to this side of the equation, this just got more. So to keep it equal, I need to add 3 to this side as well. So I'm going to add 3 on the other side. You've got to keep your equation equal, right? Just like you like things to be fair. Well, the equation does too. So if you add 3 over here, you need to add 3 on the other side of the equation. So we have our x, and 5 plus 3 is 8. Now, I think it's 8. I'm pretty sure it's 8. But a great way to make sure is to check. Plug 8 back into your original equation. So do 8 minus 3 equals 5. 8 minus 3 is 5. So it does check out. It works. We plugged 8 back into our original equation. You can do that on the test. You can check any one of them. You should be able to get all your equations correct because you can always check them. Now I want you to do a U-try on this side of the paper over here, and your U-try is this. It is start over. Your first U-try is 13 equals A minus 12. Okay, so you can stop and try that one. And we'll go over that one in class. Here's our second example. So I want to get the b by itself. Right now, b and 2 are being added together. I want to get rid of that adding 2. I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 2 from positive 2, and that cancels out. But remember, this is an equation. If I just subtracted 2 over here, I got to do the same thing on the other side to keep it balanced, to keep it fair. So I bring my b down, and 12 minus 2 is 10. b equals 10. I'm going to check it real quick. I'm going to take 10, I'm going to plug it in. So 10 plus 2, I wrote b. 10 plus 2, does that equal 12? Yep. So that works. Here's your second U-try. So you're going to do it on the left side of the page over here. It's negative 8 plus y equals negative 10. So go ahead and try that one. And our third example over here. This time it looks a little different. I put the y on this side of the equation, which is fine. So again, to get rid of the number by the variable, do the opposite of what you see. The number by the variable this time is a negative 8. It's being combined with y, but we got to get rid of this negative 8 that's adding to y. So the opposite of a negative 8 is a positive 8. And so I have to do that to both sides, right? To keep it balanced, the equation balanced. So those cancel out. Y equals negative 12 plus 8, different sign subtract, negative 4. Real quick, just to make sure, I'm going to check it. I'm going to plug negative 4 back into my equation. So I'm going to rewrite the whole thing with negative 4 in for y. And negative 8 and negative 4 is negative 12, so it totally works. Here's your third U-try to write down. I want you to write down over there x plus 7 equals negative 12. X plus 7 equals negative 12. So you go ahead and try that one. And on this one, I need to get rid of the number by the variable. This time it's 7. It's a positive 7, so I need to subtract 7 from both sides. So those cancel out. I bring down my a, and a equals a negative plus another negative. Same sign, just add them up. So that's negative 17. So a equals negative 17. And if you want, you can check it. Rewrite the problem. 10 equals 7 plus negative 17. It's different sign subtract, which would leave you with negative 10. So it works. All right, I will see you in class with all your U-tries.